Hey, what is up? It's me, Curiousjoi, and Bethesda invited me to play Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. For those that don't know, I am a huge Indiana Jones fan, with my favorite movie being Raiders of the Lost Ark, but then again, who doesn't love Raiders of the Lost Ark? One of the cool things about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is that the story takes place in between the first film, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and the third film, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. During the presentation, they told us that Indy's greatest tool is his mind. So when you're encountering anything out in the wild, you should probably go ahead and think like Indy, which typically means you want to avoid fighting, which also means this is going to go really bad for me. Sneaking. Why did it have to be sneaking? But again, you can still go in guns blazing if you really truly want. But if you want to have the essence of Indiana Jones, then you probably want to avoid combat at your best ability. But speaking of combat, one thing about Bethesda's games is that you have the ability to take everything that you see. Because Bethesda is known for their take everything, items that you're able to decide on how to take down enemies when you're playing as Indy. You can smash a wine glass, you can take a shovel, you can take sticks, you can take anything that's around you. So I love the aspect that Bethesda games are known for the ability to take everything around you, but you can actually use that within the combat. Since Indiana Jones is someone that loves to explore and see everything around them, you get rewarded for exploring as yourself as a player. The more that you explore, you get adventure points to upgrade your skills and unlock abilities. When you're exploring, there are times where you have access to a camera where you can take photos of different monuments or different people in the world, and that can generate more clues and different lore. There are several difficulty modes that you can do in the Great Circle. There is light, moderate, hard, or very hard combat, and then you can choose the type of exploration you want to do, where you can do light or moderate. The three locations that we were able to play during our playthrough was the Marshall College, which is where Dr. Jones works, the Vatican, and the Giza, which is where the place really opens up. Two more notes that I have for you, and one of them is to say that Troy Baker really starts to sound like Harrison Ford to you.
No one gets down to the tomb. Whatever is down there, it must be kept out of the hands of the Germans.
I'll see what I can do about that, Professor.
Thank you, Indiana.
On one little nitpicky note, you do end up hearing repetitive quips whenever you take down enemies over and over again, so I'm hoping that there will either be some variety later down the line, or it's just something you're gonna have to get used to. And the last note that I have for my time with Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is I was one of those people that did not want this game to be first person because I get motion sickness when it comes to first person gameplay. I understand that there's other games that resemble Indiana Jones, even though Indiana Jones came first. I will say during my time, we played on like huge, like 65-inch screens up close. And even with that, I didn't really get super motion sickness, but with the hand-to-hand combat and the camera being super shaky, if you're someone like me that does get nauseous with a lot of first person stuff, this may be where you probably have to take a step back or anything like that. After the moments that I played and just having that, I want to have a movie night with my community to watch Raiders of the Lost Ark before I start playing the Great Circle, and then continue to the rest of the movies after that. But yeah, other than that, I cannot wait for the release of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which will be released on December 9th and will be available on Xbox Game Pass Day 1. But I want to say thanks again, Bethesda, for inviting me to this preview. I cannot wait to play more and convince everyone to be Indiana Jones fans.
So, is everything back?
Not quite.
Well, what's missing? SW 003. What was that?
Seaway expedition. He took the cat mummy, Marcus. But why?